All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is BearClub Live 316, baby. As you can see, we're missing some members of BearClub, but love goes out to all you guys, Michael, Jakob, Kristin. Shout out to all you guys, Ben Cass, everyone that has supported us from the very beginning. So much love to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and introduce some of the guys in the chat, and then we're going to get to the sponsor. So, Shawan, you wanna?
How you doing, everybody? This is here. It's Mr. Thanksgiving. You can follow me on Twitter. Same thing, Mr. _Thanksgiving_. Instagram, Facebook, 3-Band Mafia. Spell it out, all one word, baby.
Right. All right, Brandon.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Brandon. I'm new to this. It's my first time being on BearClub 316. Rap and wrestling all together in one. You can follow me on Twitter at Dankfro, Instagram Dankfro. That's about it.
Okay. All right, and brother, introduce yourself.
BearClub 316 live and in living color. It don't matter which color you thought it was or which color you thought it was going to be. This is the color that it's in because it's live and in this particular living color. And I am the guy who calls shenanigans. I call shenanigans or shenanigan call on Twitter. If you're fancy, I don't know how you get down. That's how I get down. But if you're looking for a toy for the kids and anybody that you love, go out to the store and get yourself a log. Because log, it's big as heavy as wood. Log, it's better than bad as good. Because everyone loves a log and everyone needs a log.
All right, but in all seriousness, let's get to our real sponsor, brother, Catalyst Mints. Can you
Catalyst, if you want to be 100% serious and keep it 100% down, I know you're probably sitting there behind the screen right now with a Mountain Dew, probably some type of caffeinated beverage, caffeine, Coca, Pepsi. I know y'all have those debates. Doesn't matter because the thing that you need is Catalyst Mints because it gives you a nice, sustained flow of energy throughout the day so that you can have a good day. You wake up, you work late at night like I do. I work late at night. Sometimes I need a little bit of energy to get through the night. I take me a Catalyst Mint, and I feel like I had a nice, refreshing nap somewhere around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, so I'm good to go for the rest of the evening. So if you want to feel good to go, and you're ready to feel good to go, you need to get you some Catalyst Mints.
Damn right, you're damn right.
It's a nice sponsor right there.
Yeah, man. They pay the bills, they keep the lights on. We don't make much money, but hey, we do appreciate the sponsor. But let's get into the raw review.
They keep a light on. They keep a single light on, not all of them.
Yeah, just
this one.
The
one behind you.
In that one corner over there. Hey, but yeah, let's get into this raw review, fellas. The show started off with a big cast promo this week. Working on that heel work. Yeah. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, personally, I feel like Big Cass is making it a little harder for himself to seem heel. But, I mean, he's coming around to it. The promo wasn't bad. It could have been better. It's not as good as Enzo's promos. What you got to do is get used to having Enzo being the mouthpiece of him wrestling. You got to do both now. But, I mean, it's getting better. Still not that good.
I like the intensity of it. I mean, it was cool. But like you said, it could be better. But I understand he's still learning the singles side of becoming a star, a big heel. He's still coming around to it, but it was alright. It was okay.
It was good for what it was. It was good for what it was, an intro to the new character of Big Cass. The problem with Big Cass is it's like, he seems like such a genuinely nice guy. And the only time you really get hype about him is when he get hype. Then when he get hype, it's like, what? Plus, you add to the fact that Cass done put on a little bit of weight, not necessarily in the weight room, but he done hopped up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen that.
So, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a setup to the show because Cass is going to be one of the focal points going forward. at least in Vince McMahon's eyes. And I hope he can live up to that. And we'll see what happens from that. But it was what happened after that that I enjoyed the most. It was the tussle between he and the Big Show, because Big Show seemed genuinely excited to be rolling around with somebody his size. It's like somebody who, you know, it's like a kid who's the biggest kid in all of the sports, and that dude winds up going to the NFL, and he done dominated at every level. But when he gets to the NFL, he's actually having fun because he's fighting against men his size, and that's what Big Show was on when he tussled with Cass, and that I did enjoy.
It's like looking in the mirror itself.
Facts, brother. Facts.
A lot skinnier and more agile mirror. Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of. Remember
Sound
when
like a fun house mirror.
You remember when Big Show used to be athletic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy as shit. I seen him. I can't remember the wild move I seen him do. I think it was a moonsault. I don't know. He did something crazy that I never seen Big Show.
He has done a moonsault and he has done a hurricanrana. He has done both of those moves. The dude is that athletic. Big Show is a freak of nature. And I think he would be the type of dude that could bring out a good match out of Cass. So while I know most people won't like it because Big Show's old, the problem with Big Show is he's been fighting with a lot of tiny people. It's like, you're playing with kids, you can't have fun. Now he's playing with an adult. He's going to have fun.
Yeah. He can't really show like moveset if he's wrestling with small people. But with him and Cass, ways like you could do a lot of matches like a steel cage match, a Hell in a Cell match, just some with a big stipulation with it.
I mean, Big Show can't even use regular wrestling moves on other wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like imagine Big Show suplexing, not a German suplex or angle slam, but imagine him just giving a regular vertical suplex to Big Cass. That's a sight to behold because it's a move that he can't use on anybody else.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I gotta drop that hard. I don't know exactly how Cass's body would take it. But I don't think he's ever been that way, that upside down before. I don't think I've ever seen him get suplexed before. So that's something to see as well.
Yeah, a lot of big dudes don't get suplexed though.
Exactly. I guess you're involving two big guys.
But that's gonna be good stuff. And then there was the second segment of Raw.
Yeah, we got into the second segment. I think the second segment was Finn Balor and Elias Sampson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the Drifter playing his guitar, which is always fun. I'm kind of 50-50 on this. I don't know whether or not I wanted to see this on a pay-per-view or I'm good with this now, but I enjoy Elias Sampson and I enjoy Finn Balor. And, I enjoy getting to see both of them do something.
This is true. I just feel like at the end of the day, they got to be feeling it because I feel like this is underutilized talent going against each other. As far as Elias, I feel like he needs to go against somebody a little more garbage so he can boost up. And Finn Balor need to go against somebody with a little more prestige so he won't seem such mid-cardish because we know he's main-card person.
But that's the problem with WWE. They don't have enough cushion for people that they're building up to go against. Like the whole thing with Braun Strowman was going against jobbers, and that was great. They haven't utilized jobbers since the beginning of the brand split. Nia Jax was going against jobbers. Baron Corbin took on a couple of jobbers, and Braun Strowman took on some jobbers, and that helped build those characters up. WWE needs to do more of that. I think it'll help with their overall product.
That's true, because they love some jobbers. I mean, James Ellsworth, Jinder Mahal, they all getting some pretty decent stories right about now. So, I mean, I think jobbers, and then on top of that, if the crowd received the jobber well enough, then he got a job, literally. You know, it's like shoot. Like I said, Ellsworth is a prime example.
I mean, that one WWE payday is for most jobbers. 3 or 4 matches on the Indies.
It's true.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But fellas, on into the next segment. All right. Brandon, did you get out what you wanted to say?
I feel like having Finn Balor go against Elias Sampson, he has nothing to gain from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like Elias Sampson has to prove the point where like that he can actually handle with the big dogs. You know, he got called up from NXT to Raw for a region. Now it's time for himself to prove it. You know, I like his character and all, but his moveset to me is like kind of mediocre. Like his character kind of comes off of mediocre. It really doesn't have any a still like look for me, you know?
No, I completely feel you, brother. I agree. Neither one of these guys are gaining anything out of fighting each other. So, let's move on from this WWE. But yeah, on into the next segment. All right, we have the Hardy Boys. They're still sore. They're wounded. They're making Broken Universe references.
And it was wonderful, magnificent, glorious even.
Exactly. The brothers made a statement saying that they aren't going anywhere, and out comes your boys.
Yeah, that was after the fact, but prior to that, it was Anderson and Gallows. Galanderson came out, and they was like, "You nerds ain't gonna come out here and play us because you nerds done lost a few times." And the reason I enjoy saying nerds is because it's one of my favorite candies. I love nerds. I don't care what kind of nerds they are. I love them. I love comic book nerds. I love all nerds. I love nerds candy. I love nerds. Nerds in perpetuity. Nerds for life. But the match surprised me simply because I thought WWE was going to do something to prolong the feud and maybe go on to SummerSlam with the Hardys. But it seems, I'm not 100% sure, and you guys can tell me what you think. I'm about to stop talking, but it seems like they're seriously laying the seeds for the Broken Universe. Because even during the pre-match promo, even though Jeff said the words, Matt made the facial movements, and he said we were battered, we were bruised, and somewhat broken. He used the obsolete. The crowd chanted delete. It was awesome. I love every second of it, and I want to see them come to the WWE. Now I want to hear you guys' point of view.
I was just hoping that Matt Hardy would just, when they came out, be like, "The club, I knew you'd come." I would lose my shit if he'd have said that. But yeah, I love the teaser. I don't like that they just jumped into the Broken Universe.
Yeah. What if they'd have come out and he was like, "I knew you'd come because I thought it would be delightful."
You know?
And then after getting beat down by the club, if the revival came out and he was like, "This beatdown was wonderful."
Right. I mean, Brandon, what you got for me, brother?
For them to like be fully broken, I feel like you should take some pieces from TNA. How even setting up before they became the Broken gimmick, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy was beefing, like they was like feuding. I feel like they should take that piece from that and add on that for Raw, because if you look at it, Jeff Hardy has been like the reason why they've been losing lately. Like he's the one that's getting pinned. He's the one that's been messing up, like the way the matches have been going lately. So I feel like Matt Hardy should basically pertain the Broken gimmick first, and then sway his brother into becoming broken, just becoming a Nero. And that way you can start a feud with them first, and then you can take over Raw,
That's not going to happen, but that's a great idea. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, I feel like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy would sell more tickets than Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy versus the Club or the Ascension or fucking Luke against what's the team that the your Revival. That would sell more tickets. Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy first. You said if you have Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy, SummerSlam, broken gimmick, that's selling tickets.
WWE stupid. They don't understand what the genesis of the broken gimmick was.
Mm-hmm.
The actual genesis of the broken gimmick was the fact that Matt had never won a major singles title. So the genesis was him, getting to the point where he had to get past, whatever it was he was going through personally, whatever it was he was handling personally, to take care of his professional life. In that match with EC3. Now, how could they recreate that in WWE? In a number of ways. They could break Matt on the tag team side to revitalize the tag team division, and I don't even think they're thinking about it that way because they want to use both of them as singles competitors. That being said, the money is following what the fans feel. And that's what they should do at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, it was awesome. I love seeing the match between, Carl Anderson, between Gil Anderson and the Hardys. They made the statement about the Magic Killer. Then they killed them. They finished them off. Then the Revival comes in behind that to finish that off. That seems like at least the genesis or the tip of the beginning of a broken gimmick.
Yeah, like falling into like the totem pole. I get you saying. Like having a belt and then like going back down the range. Definitely.
That'll break you, especially if you spent 20 years becoming the best tag team, and then for somebody to disrespect you. Yeah, but the next segment was even better, wasn't it, Grizz?
You said the next segment? Well, while we wait on the next segment, I think I would like to elaborate a little more with this broken gimmick because, I mean, do you think they're holding off just so it can take some heat away from the TNA aspect of them just keeping their eye on the whole thing?
WWE is embracing TNA simply because here's what I think about WWE and TNA and what's going on with that. I think the situation is TNA is no longer a company, so they don't have a problem referring to them as such, especially since they have, a nice crop of top TNA talent.
Right. Crop top. Gotcha.
No, top crop.
Oh, no, I got
it. What segment are we on, fellas?
Just ended the Anderson and Gallows and Matt and Jeff Hardy. So, was the D first? Or was it the Mizzies next?
Yeah, I remember the whole Mizzy section. That was good, but
that was a great segment.
Is there an issue with the female wrestlers? But I can go into the Mizzies because the Mizzies made me want to smack everybody on television. Here's the issue I'm having with the Mizzies. Here's the issue I'm having with the Mizzies.
What's
the
the
issue I'm having with the Mizzies is they are not utilizing the Miz to the best of his ability. Even though that was a good segment and they pulled that out of their butt, it took everybody around him working. The Miz is a superstar, bro. The Miz is awesome.
Yeah. He the hottest hell wrestling man to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. He create genuine heat. You don't know whether to like him or hate him. You just know you feel some type of way about him.
Yeah.
That's what wrestling used to be about.
Do you really hate and love somebody? I don't know. Of anything, I feel like they I don't feel like the Miz is being as underutilized as much as the way they book him, because they got this Miz Taraj thing, which I love. He got a lot of people, but would I have rather had seen, you know, I guess some other people in that spot, possibly. You know, I feel like them two is just kind of, I mean, I guess they'll work, but they just too, I hate them being together. Because anytime they together, it's always one other person and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Or another person, it sucks. You know, anytime these people are together, they got to be in a group, which I feel like it's kind of getting played out now that Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel in a big group all the time.
And I think that's what this was all about. I think this was a placeholder, and that's the whole reason why they showed the Shield reunion fake out. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to shine light on the Miz Taraj.
Right. Okay.
Which was good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the Miz Taraj. I enjoyed, you know, what they did, but I think there's a lot more they could do with the Miz. You know, but it was a good setup to set up a match between what I'm thinking is Miz versus Seth Rollins.
Right.
They're gonna get that title up off of him because they heel heavy on the title scene in WWE right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, except for the United States. You know,
but that just changed at a house show.
This is true. Yeah. Doesn't really count. Yeah, I wouldn't say I agree with that, but that's another slate for another day. But that was I guess it was for the significance for that. But yeah, I like Seth going for the Intercontinental belt, mainly because he hasn't gotten it before. But it also makes me nervous because I feel like they're gonna throw Roman Reigns after that belt after a while.
And I don't want Roman Reigns around no belts no time soon. But it was a slow burn and a slow move on to the next segment, which was it the Golden Truth?
Oh. I believe. Yeah.
Hey man, look. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, man. What they need to do is they need to just go ahead and put that belt on Roman, because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen. Regardless if it's now, WrestleMania, whenever, they're building to put that belt on that man. You know, I mean so,
unless they intend on giving him a Bruno Sammartino-esque run where he just destroys everyone, everything else they did is BS.
All I'm saying is, man, don't nobody.
My bad.
No, go ahead.
I put the belt on. I put the belt on Samoa Joe. Just to swerve people.
I don't even think
he'll be unstoppable.
Exactly.
That's what everybody would do. That's what everybody want. We all want the belt on Joe. But fuck Samoa Joe. Fuck the WWE, because Vince like men. That's what he's all about, man. And what he did was he swerved us with a good show. Now, the dude actually gave us a good show that was better than the pay-per-view, which was crap.
Yeah.
On top of that.
But, I'm not gonna lie, man. That pay-per-view wasn't crap. It wasn't crap. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The endings and the whole Samoa Joe losing thing, I wasn't vibing with. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it was crap. No.
He lost so easy. Like, he just picked him up in F5 and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
like no kick out. Like, come on. He was beating his ass the whole time. He was just one move and just
whole time.
Well,
kind of reminds me because how
he deserved more. He deserved more.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't get it. Samoa Joe came out and put this man through a fucking table in the first 5 minutes. And it didn't even start. It didn't even start. The first 5 minutes, that already says Joe needs to win because he got a disadvantage.
And Brock enjoyed it. And did you see the confrontation they had, which was what was next? That confrontation between Roman, Joe, and Lesnar. That was intense, and it was awesome. It was friggin' off the chain.
I don't think that was part of it. That wasn't even part of the script. I don't believe. For real.
I don't believe that shit either, and that's what I like about it.
That's why Roman was in it.
I think we got a little bit off topic, didn't we? Did we skip the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins backstage segment?
Yeah, we skipped that because we went through the match.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, fellas, continue. Don't let me interrupt you.
Well, you're the moderator, brother. When you speak, we stop. But but yeah, I like that he said you look at me when I'm talking to you, and I know that won't because Roman Reigns was in the back like, oh shit. I seen Roman face. Roman, I felt like he wasn't even part of that whole confrontation. He was just in the background with Kurt Angle.
And on top of that, didn't Roman look kind of tiny between Joe and Lesnar? He did look slim.
Mm-hmm.
He did look slim. You know, he looked like he wasn't really supposed to be there, but he was there because that's what the people told him to do, and that was good business. You know, but all that did was lead into more awesomeness.
Real for real. I think they about to have like a fucking monster match, like Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, and Roman Reigns, fatal 4-way at SummerSlam.
That'd be nice.
I don't know how WWE think, but that's not what I would do. But it was a damn good Monday Night Raw. But I think SmackDown might have been a little bit better.
Only thing I give reason I say I would agree with you, simply because General Hall did not look like a piece of turd floating around the ring or on the mic. It confused the living shit out of me.
Hey, but
what lessons did he take?
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. I was telling you, there's something about the modern day Maharaja that stood out to me, and it always stood out to me as he was getting jobbed out.
Well, hold on. Let's finish this and get to SmackDown. Let's get to SmackDown. Let's not jump the gun. Let's finish Raw, then we can get to the modern day.
Well, who brought up SmackDown? I thought it was
I did. That's why I'm telling you to pump your brakes. We're going to get there.
This guy. Well, stop skipping the stuff, man.
I know, man. I got a heart murmur. You can't help me skipping beats.
Fuck you and your heart murmur.
Inside medical.
But no, in all seriousness, man. Continue, fellas. Continue. We're gonna get.
No, I'm trying to get toward this end of Raw. You know,
I was trying to figure out where we were. Yeah.
What Kurt Angle is trying to figure out, we're past the tag team match. What Kurt Angle is trying to figure out what's going on, and next week he has something to expose.
Now, I think he's gonna say he's gay. That's what it's looking like. No. He's ready to come out of the closet or something. I'm just saying, man. He's like, I love you. I hope you'll be there with me. I'm like, dude, what are you about to admit to this universe?
Yo,
you got AIDS?
It's probably Dixie Carter, for real.
You said he what?
It's probably Dixie Carter. I'm saying that.
That's possible, but I don't think it's gay. I don't think Dixie Carter has anything to do with it. And I really want to figure out how they're going to tie this in to a match versus Triple H. That's what I'm trying to figure out, but that's not the case. It's getting good.
Maybe it's Stephanie.
That nigga's about to come out the United USA closet, man. The gold medal one. Spinning with some talons around his neck.
Yeah, well, the following night on SmackDown, what happened was AJ came out to make his declaration.
Showing his nice little new shirt.
Yeah. It was a very nice shirt. And he made his declaration for the U.S. Open Challenge. And he made his intentions clear. And he said very clearly that he wanted to face anybody until that guy came out.
And that was it.
Yeah,
I mean, the pop of John Cena coming out, I had to rewind like 10 times because I ain't seen a John Cena pop like that in a minute. Even since when on his return last week, I don't think many people thought it was just a long pause. I'm like, Kevin Owens gonna come out. Hell no, came the infamous doom.
You be excited. You be ready for that guy to go in there and grapple and wrestle.
You know,
because these two guys have been telling good stories in the ring, man, for a while. So I mean, I can see why the crowd
They put on
reacted
great
the way
shows.
they reacted.
I mean, it's the American version of Okada versus Omega.
Well, I wouldn't put John Cena in that high of a wrestling category. I wouldn't take it that far. But I mean, the excitement level, possibly.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Ask away,
In these Okada Omega matches, who get the most props out of these matches?
Thinking, is it not Omega?
No, Omega get all the props out of these matches. Okada don't get no props. But here's what happens. No props, no respect, no love.
I thought you said pop. That's how I was like,
oh no, he gets the pop all day, but he don't get the proppers that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at all of these. Look, if 5 stars is the top, this dude getting 6. Come on, he's done it twice, and he's had 3 5-star matches. Well, apparently Okada's the best wrestler in the world. Now let's go back to the conversation we were previously having. Cena versus AJ Styles. Now, Cena's been involved in a lot of WWE's top matches. One of my favorite matches is him versus HBK. Proof he can go. Him versus AJ Styles every single time. Proof he can go. Him versus CM Punk. Proof he can go. Now, at what point do you give John Cena his props? But that was the point of that. That was the point of the match the point of the promo where Kevin Owens came out right before the match was about to start.
Beautiful time.
And he ensured everyone that was not the case that was going to be happening. And when John Cena was getting ready to rumble, here's when I knew it wasn't going to be a match. John Cena came down to the ring. He kept his hat on. He kept his hat on until him and AJ was face to face. And I was like, if he don't toss his hat, there's not going to be a match. So I called that one. You know what I'm saying? So then they did their little rigmarole. And that's at the point that I call shenanigans. And that was at the point that Rusev came out with his lovely, lovely, awesome beard. I love Rusev's beard and the short hair. That was awesome. He choked that nigga out. That was great. Then we went into the next segment. Because I'm trying to get to my favorite SmackDown segment. Oh, man. It was non-wrestling. And, you know, we'll get there. We're getting there. Almost there.
I feel you. Well, after the opening of the show, we got into some good stuff with the modern day Maharaja and Todd Dillinger, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that was pretty early.
Did you love his intro? They did the double intro for the modern day.
No, I don't like how they didn't. They always do that, but he didn't do the turban thing where he removed the turban, and then that's when the first part of the entrance thing happened. He didn't even have it on his face this time. It kind of disappointed me, and he kind of almost overstepped the little thing that goes at the bottom of his feet. But I love how they now got the Bollywood boys, the Singh brothers, and I like how they got the background matching their shirts now. So whatever color shirt they wear, they're gonna have a big bright background of that. So that's the little things I love, and I love how he doesn't like to touch the ring when he got the big rope in the ring. That's what I'm saying. He's getting better, but I mean, it ain't much. The only way from the bottom is up. Even though you got the belt in my eyes, you still down there in skills, and he's working his way up.
You can hate on Jinder all you want to, but he is still the modern day Maharaja, and they done gave him the props, the red carpet, and I'm not hating on none of that because even though he's a little bit awkward with his offense, I got to give you that. Sorry, can't pass that.
that last match, he did not look garbage. He actually looked dominant in that last match. Like his moves weren't botched. He didn't look uncomfortable. He actually looked like a powerful Indian man should in the ring. He looked better than any time the great Khalid would look in the ring. I tell you that.
Oh, what? Oh,
best Indian man match I've seen thus far.
That is disrespectful because you wouldn't even think about Sanjay Dutt. See, there you go.
Listen, man, you might as well bring up Muhammad Hassan from way back in the day, man. It don't matter.
He was not an actual Indian. He was supposed to be oh man, he was supposed to be words I can't say.
Oh yeah, just happy to turn that way.
Well, the way they displayed him was as a Muslim terrorist, but I know he wasn't that. But you know that's what it was. But that's not the point. The point was Jinder came out and had an awesome match with Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger came out and had a match with the WWE champion.
Where he looked garbage. Ty Dillinger was the garbage looking one at the end.
He had a match with the top champion on the label.
He looked like pure horse shit. I'm sorry. Like
he had a match with the top guy. Did he look above a jobber?
You said look him up as a jobber? You think Ty's a jobber now?
No, I said did he look above a jobber? You know, was his performance above jobber grade?
Are you talking about Ty or
yes, Ty. Was Ty?
No, his performance was very jobber. Like I didn't see no offense other than the 2 punches in the corner, and then he threw him off and finished him right after that. I don't remember much offense coming from Mr. Perfect 10. I don't. I remember he tried to get some, and he would big boot him or knee him, and it was. I didn't see nothing coming from Ty Dillinger's corner. I don't know. It's like, dang, that was a big let up. I thought they was gonna have a decent match back and forth, but it was one sided. It was Maharaja all day, and he was killing them.
That's what I was hoping for, but I think SmackDown threw you a curve with that one. Instead of having you get that match, they got that one over with, and then they moved on to the next match, which was
Xavier Woods versus Jey Uso.
The Usos.
Which was another quick match, but it was awesome. Did you see the highlights they showed before that? The battle rap highlights.
Man, that rap battle.
It was good stuff, man, but it was a short match, and it ended pretty quickly.
It was, and I don't know what was up with that finisher. I don't know if that's Xavier's new finishing move now, but if so, he got to be a lot quicker. Because Uso was looking like a retarded cat trying to balance on that damn rope to wait for this man. He just
It's too much setup. It's too much setup. You can't believe that.
Setup. You can't. Nobody's going to sit there and wrangle back and forth and then do a complete 360 and be facing upward on a rope. Nobody does that.
It was too much setup. Yeah. But the next segment they had the ladies backstage arguing over who's going to face Naomi. Now, I'm not going to talk about these ladies because, when I talk about the ladies in wrestling, I get a little emotional.
So like Ellsworth.
What? Did you just call Ellsworth one of the ladies?
Well, it wasn't my original idea, but I figured after my man Grizz here put that out there, I'm like, well, this is true. He is a diva. He can't fight no other males unless he getting his ass whipped. So yeah, he's in the divas division.
Yeah, but she a month, so we got to get the rest of this, which is what they did later on. And then what happened?
We got to a little backstage segment with Shane McMahon. He was talking about Naomi. Excuse me. Naomi approached the commissioner to ask who she would be defending her title against. And the rest of the women's division soon surrounded McMahon to ask the same question. So I guess he decided on a Fatal 5 elimination match at Battleground to determine the number 1 contender. What do you guys think about that? Who do you guys think is going to win?
Who do I think should be the number one female contender on SmackDown?
Basically.
With Naomi as the champion, I would send my pick to Tamina. Because the only thing I can think about is Tamina wearing her down prior to Alexa Bliss picking up the win. I don't know. That's a confusing situation they got going on over there on SmackDown, but that's what they do with the title when they have Money in the Bank. They confuse you a little bit.
So they got a fatal foul way on trying to figure out the number one contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship? Because I heard some Raw names and I was a little confused. But,
at SummerSlam. It's just the number one contender at SummerSlam. This don't got nothing to do with the Money in the Bank stuff. This is all about finding the number one contender for SummerSlam. Which
is dumb as shit. It ain't but so many females on that roster that can hold the belt. And like I'm not taking it serious. I think Tamina will be a worse decision than Jinder getting the belt. Because she's literally been I don't know. Wait, Tamina's on Raw. I'm tripping.
You're right. No, Tamina's on SmackDown, and she's been hurt 99% of the time. Okay. Was correct. You're right.
Naomi's not losing that belt until either someone cashes in on her or
Asuka.
I guess.
Gotta come out the book.
Yeah, right. Asuka may come out the book.
I was about to say that.
The only women I can see. Go ahead, Brandon.
I was saying, like, if somebody would get hurt, or if they just decided if somebody get like hurt backstage, blah blah, they fill it up with Asuka coming out and actually winning the belt and holding like both the belts.
I think that's the selling point. I think that's the selling point for all of this. I think Naomi may be what they want Asuka to knock off, but that's neither here nor there. What we really need to talk about is this main event between John Cena, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Rusev. But prior to that, there was the issue between Nakamura and Baron Corbin. And prior to that, there was the Fashion Police segment, which was friggin' awesome. Let's talk about that.
We'll go ahead and shoot, man.
The Miami Vice segment of Fashion Police was friggin' awesome. It was some of the best stuff I saw on TV as far as it comes to wrestling. And I'm really interested to see what's going on with these guys.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Like, they got me hyped.
I've been enjoying the Fashion Police since they started this whole little get together with these two guys. And potential, you know what I'm saying, was just bringing in both of these guys. So it was just a good thing they were able to put those two together, let them work and come up, be creative. Yeah, I mean, they put on some funny stuff, man, in the last couple of weeks. So, I mean, my boy was dressed as a cowboy.
Awesome, not just funny. It was friggin' awesome. That shit was awesome what they did. Look, hey, so Fashion Police, next big thing in WWE. I have my way about it, but that's not the point. The point is the very next thing that happened, which was
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let's get everybody's opinion on this first before we move on.
No, I like the Fashion Police. It took Thanksgiving a while to like the Fashion Police. At first, it's like I hated them when they got together because I liked them so much singles competitive wise. I feel like putting them together would only muck up the whole thing, but then
WWE don't do a lot of initially. WWE don't do a lot of good mashing, but that one was perfect.
Yeah, and it's like I'm glad they got the Miami Vice thing because that's what's working. Because at first they were looking like gay cops, cops like store cops, and now they got
what it was they were stripper police.
Oh yes,
You
yes,
know,
it's true, true. Gay police, then stripper police, and then
the fashion police. It
yeah,
wasn't that they
fashion.
were gay, it's that they were strippers. Get it? They're strippers.
Fashion.
Fashion. Only gay people like fashion.
Oh my goodness, man. This guy's a one-stop shop.
Oh, my boy, hold on. My boy in the bin, excuse me, my boy Ben in the chat, he said he just got an exclusive from a friend. And tonight's NXT tapings, we have 2 huge debuts tonight. But he says he's not going to spoil it. Come on, Ben, you got to give me something. Send me a message, brother, through Skype. I got to know. I'm not going to spoil it on live right now. I'm going to let the fellas know through the chat, but yeah, just let me know something. Continue. Proceed, fellas, proceed.
Well, honestly, I didn't have much more to say on the fashion spoilers. Miami Vice.
Let's get into the. I think this was the main event. John Cena and AJ Styles, Kevin Owens and Rusev.
It was a decent match. You know, I hate tag teams with superstars. It kind of, I don't know, it pisses me off. I never really liked it. I'm like, these guys, what y'all trying to give them the night off, basically, without giving them the night off. So we'll just put you in a tag team, you know. And I feel like they could have just put each other against each other's rival, like Rusev versus AJ Styles, Kevin Owens against John Cena. I feel like at the end of the day, that's how they should have mixed it up. And I feel like it would have had a better product.
But they're gonna put a major title on Rusev.
It's going to happen, brother. I feel like Rusev would have been
like
the guy. I feel like Rusev would have. Go ahead.
That Bray Wyatt treatment. You know what I'm saying? Now allow to Bray Wyatt get a belt.
Man, don't bring that up. Don't jinx him like that now. God damn. I was behind Bray Wyatt watching that struggle the whole time. The closer he got, the more pissed off I was getting to know he wasn't going to get that shit. So I just I hope they don't do him like Bray. But that's how it's looking. But that's at first I was like, oh, they going to do Joe like that. And then I'm like, oh, they got Joe. And now then they going to do Joe like that again. So I would not be surprised.
And he ain't got that long, though. He kind of old, man.
Exactly.
Small Joe is.
Well, damn, that's just true.
I mean, in due time, fellas, in due time, I feel. So, but yeah, I think I would have rather seen those two in a match individually instead of tagged up against each other. They could have like swapped it maybe for the main event.
This is true.
I don't know. They could have got more matches out this. Maybe taking away a segment. I don't know.
I could take of some, but you know, it's sometimes it's a building game thing. Some people gotta take a segment so they can actually try to build some product. But I just feel as though Rusev is too big to be bullshitted like this consistently. Everybody else in the match is giving their fair share, giving their nice time. Kevin Owens is a little lost in the abyss right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what they want to do with this man. I do not know. But if it was going to take the title off, they should have gave him Money in the Bank. All I'm saying.
I thought KO was injured, and I thought being that he lost the belt at this the house show, that would be him taking time off right there. But
boom.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Because I thought that was the only reason. I mean, other than it being in Madison Square Garden, I just felt like. I was like, are y'all giving this to him because of the significance, or is there something wrong with Kevin Owens? Like, what really changed it like that? You know, I mean, this couldn't have been premeditated, brother.
Oh, no, I feel you. I mean, from what they were saying, the reports, the live show attendances were low. So maybe they did this to jolt people to get to the seats. But I'm not 100% sure, because if we're gonna have a title change, you know, at least give it to me on the network. Something.
Disagree.
Yeah. What'd you say? But yeah, man, I think that wraps up our show, ladies and gentlemen. Club Live 316. You guys do your little signing out. Shawan, go.
Yeah. It's MTG, Mr. Thanksgiving _ Facebook, Instagram, 3-Band Mafia. Spell it out, say it the same. Keep it alive, baby.
My man. Brandon, what's up?
You want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about what I love, that's wrestling. Follow your boy at Twitter, at Dankfro, Instagram Dankfro, and peace out.
There you go, and thank you to Catalyst Mints. Thank you for sponsoring us. All that being said, this has been your former modern day champion. Now, too sweet.